making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm back with another exciting and informative video, and trust me, you won't want to miss today's story. Make sure you stay until the very end because there's a lot to unpack. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. A stunning report has taken over the basketball world, and it's creating major buzz among fans. According to the claim, NBA legend Michael Jordan has reportedly made an extraordinary proposal involving Caitlin Clark that has sparked endless discussion across the sports community. While the report remains unconfirmed, the idea alone has captured everyone's attention. Instead of a typical endorsement or business partnership, the rumor suggests something much bigger, the possibility of giving Clark an ownership opportunity tied to a professional basketball franchise. If true, it would represent one of the boldest moves ever connected to women's basketball. The story quickly spread because it goes far beyond basketball itself. It raises questions about the future of athlete ownership, business leadership, and the growing influence of star players. Throughout his career, Michael Jordan has built one of the most successful business empires in sports, proving that greatness doesn't have to end after retirement. Many believe he recognizes rare talent when he sees it, and that's why Caitlin Clark's name has become part of this conversation. Clark has already transformed women's basketball with her record-breaking performances, massive fan following, and ability to attract new audiences to the game. Whether on the court or through her growing brand, she continues to make an impact unlike any young player before her. If a partnership of this magnitude were ever to happen, it could open new doors not only for Clark, but for future generations of athletes as well. However, it's important to note that these reports remain speculation and have not been officially confirmed. Even so, the story has reignited conversations about how influential athletes can shape the future of professional sports, beyond simply playing the game. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the *like* button and *subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than *83% of viewers still haven't subscribed. It's completely free, takes only a second, and your support helps us continue bringing you the latest WNBA news, Caitlin Clark updates, and basketball stories. Have you subscribed yet? Awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Now, let's get back to the video.
Just did something that no athlete has done since Michael.
She is more than simply a gifted, she is a phenomenon. She not only made headlines during her debut season, but she also rewrote them. Clark alone brought the WNBA out of the shadows and into the mainstream with sold-out venues and record-breaking TV viewership. Every game has more than 1 million viewers. Shirts are flying off the racks, music and social media is always buzzing. She is developing a brand in real time rather than only having fun. Her influence is so profound that statistics alone cannot adequately capture it. This has to do with cultural gravity. Caitlin Clark is a movement, a marketing fantasy, and a media event altogether. Sponsors are calling, networks are negotiating, and music fans, both new and old, are turning out in greater numbers than ever before because of her. She is doing more than simply increasing the standard. She is expanding the boundaries of what is feasible. This is a change rather than a moment. Her presence has altered the WNBA's marketing DNA. Jordan also notices it. He recognizes the power, potential, and profit of working with a player who shifts markets. A team is not necessary for Clark to play for. Jordan is prepared to provide her the team she needs. The WNBA's viability is no longer a doubt. How far can Caitlin Clark take it? Because the possibilities are endless if her first season is any indication. She has shown that women's sports can be lucrative, popular, and influential on a worldwide scale. And now that Jordan is on her side, we are going to see how enormous that impact may become. This is where things get even more innovative. In addition to being novel, the idea of player ownership is innovative. Imagine the league's most lucrative athlete becoming one of its owners. By balancing performance and profit is ushering in a new age of empowerment in which athletes become business people, visionaries, and mogul in addition to athletes. Become business people, visionaries, and mogul in addition to athletes. Michael Jordan is opening up this frontier for Caitlin Clark, reverses the script in a society where athletes are often taken advantage of by the structures they support. This implies that you own the thing rather than simply being a part of it. This implies that the WNBA is not required to emulate the NBA. Giving Clark equity entails giving her power. Therefore, it might result, and it is the kind of change that does not go unnoticed. With headlines, it occurs. This is not fantasy, however, it is a moving blueprint. Jordan has traveled this route. He is aware of the political, financial, and legal obstacles. He is aware of the difficulty of securing a place at the table. He is not only giving her a chance because of this. He's creating a platform, a throne, and a path for other top female athletes to follow, and if this is successful, it affects more than just basketball. It modifies sports. The NFL, MLB, and MLS will all be observing. Because if Clark and Jordan can pull this off, player ownership will set a new standard for all leagues. When someone like Jordan knocks on the door and is holding hands with the league's most bankable star, The WNBA may have no choice but to change or risk falling behind the current governance model where NBA franchises or private investors control the teams. Athletes everywhere start asking why they cannot own two. Let us not forget that this could also force the WNBA to evolve. This argument has fangs because of Clark's ascent. She has shown that a single player can improve a whole league. So why should not she be involved in it? Equity is not the only issue here. It has to do with justice. It is about balancing ownership and influence. Additionally, the WNBA must offer players like Clark a stake in the game if it is to maintain their physical and emotional investment. This entails reconsidering regulations, developing cooperation structures, and constructing infrastructure that takes into account the needs of contemporary athletes. Nike and the Jordan brand are the next major players in this equation. Their presence might accelerate this relationship since they have billions of dollars in worldwide income and a marketing engine that reaches every aspect of the sports world. Global marketing, bespoke clothing, and trademark footwear are all being driven by Jordan's brand heritage and Clark's ascent. Imagine it. Fans wearing Clark's iconic Jordans packed NBA stadiums, international tours, Netflix specials, documentaries, and there are many options. Additionally, the timing could not be better given Nike's recent initiative to promote women's sports. This goes beyond simple synergy. It is the best kind of approach. Clark's voice and impact would be able to go much beyond basketball thanks to Nike's platform. Jordan is also skilled at turning it into a weapon. He used the swoosh to create an empire. He might now use it to assist Clark in disrupting hers. They would be unstoppable as a team. A mogul and an athlete came together. Not just in name, but also in intent. Here's the worst part. The Jordan brand offers more than simply footwear. Stories are what it sells. It sells myths. And Caitlin Clark is well positioned to be the next big thing. She has the worldwide reach, the grit, and the game. And Jordan has the heritage, the plan, and the infrastructure to make it all happen. Here, we are not only discussing branding. Music. We are discussing the creation of myths. There would be more to Clark than simply a logo. She would have a purpose, a message, a movement, and music. One that resides in children's trainers everywhere. Consider the impact that has on generations. Knowing that the lady on the billboard controls the game she plays, a little girl watches Clark conquer the court while wearing her trademark JS. That goes beyond mere inspiration. That is the process of change. That is the type of cultural influence that rewires fantasies. It says you can make your own and do not have to fit into the system. Jordan's brand is specifically designed to bring about that type of upheaval. In the meanwhile, Nike's increasing dedication to women's sports is motivated by profit rather than merely publicity. They observe the direction of the motion. They witness the record-breaking merchandise figures, the ratings, and the engagement, and the leader of that wave is Caitlin Clark. Jordan may lead the way in reshaping Nike's women's basketball portfolio and ushering in not just a trademark shoe, but an entire era. And additional businesses will follow. Under Arrow, Adidas, and Palmer will all rush to catch up. They will all be pursuing what Jordan and Clark established initially. Being first has that kind of power. That is Vision's benefit. The story also shifts with each press release, sponsorship, and pair of sold-out trainers. Investing in women's basketball is not charitable. It is highly regarded in a few ways, because this is the reality. Jordan saw more than simply Caitlin Clark's brilliance. He regarded himself as a youthful, ambitious phenomenon who might transform the world, but only if given the means. He is now certain that she has them, the influence, the ownership, and the platform. He is not only observing how basketball will develop in the future, he is shaping it, and a power move like that sends shockwaves across the whole sports world. Whispers are already evolving into discussions. Discussions into boardroom meetings inside NBA ownership circles. Buzz in WNBA front offices. Buzz from Wall Street to ESPN. Everyone is asking the same question. What does it imply for everyone else if Caitlin Clark is able to own a portion of her own team? For every top female athlete who has ever been instructed to remain in their lane, music, what does it mean? The explanation is because there are no longer any lanes. Not with someone like Clark updating the route plan in real time not with Jordan at her side contributing his name, brand, and history to a fresh interpretation of what sports may be. They are not just altering who may participate, they are altering ownership rights, and it completely changes the paradigm. And let us not act as if there would not be opposition. There will be gatekeepers, traditionalists, and power brokers who have amassed wealth by maintaining the status quo. This will not sit well with them. They will refer to it as a threat, a diversion, or a gimmick. Here's the twist, however. They are aware of the danger. They will oppose it because deep down they know what is going on. The balance of power is changing. The throne is shifting. However, Jordan and Clark are not requesting authorization. One step at a time. They are establishing a precedent. Additionally, every action weakens the basis of an antiquated system. Every story, viral tweet, sold-out game, and commercial transaction serves as a blow to the notion that women's sports are less worthwhile, thrilling, and significant. It is a disappearing myth. And this collaboration is putting the last nail in its coffin. There is nothing more lyrical than the time, music, Caitlin Clark is at the heart of it all. As collegiate players start to take advantage of zero deals, as female athletes at last get more attention, and as money comes into women's sports like never before, she is cashing in on herself, her vision, and a future in which she is a power broker rather than just a participant rather than cashing out. And the dominoes will fall quickly if this vision comes to pass. Models of ownership will begin to change. Leagues will need to reevaluate how they handle elite players. Young athletes will start bargaining for equality rather than simply pay the question of what brand do I want to build. Will replace what team should I play for among college prospects, changing the scene forever. It surpasses Caitlin Clark in size, it surpasses Michael Jordan's size. Rewriting women's athletics from the inside out is the goal about demonstrating to the world that funding female athletes is not only financially brilliant, but also ethically correct. It is about generating wealth, opportunity, and influence for future generations, nor in the next collective bargaining agreement, nor in 5 years. Now, if you're still unsure whether this is history in the making or simply hype, consider this. When was the last time Michael Jordan placed a wager on something he did not believe in? When was the last time he supported someone who failed? He is not engaging in gaming. Music! His construction legacies in Caitlin Clark will soon serve as the model for future developments. This is not just a headline. So fasten your seatbelts. This is the beginning of a revolution. The type of you tell your children about, the kind that has its own 10p part docu, the sort that transforms civilization, not just sports. And it all begins with a simple yet impactful concept. Watch what a woman creates when you give her the keys. The reality is as follows. This goes beyond business. It is a revolution in culture. Because you do not just switch leagues when you combine branding, equity, and athletic brilliance. You alter a dialogue. You question the potential of women's sports, the rights of female athletes, and the future. Each time Jordan and Clark enter a conference together, they create history rather than simply headlines. This goes beyond basketball. This is about upending the status quo of professional sports, music, reconstructing it with women in charge, and demonstrating to the world that female athletes are not only deserving of attention, but also prepared to take it. And one thing becomes quite evident when the dust settles. A new age is about to emerge, not just for the WNBA, not just for Caitlin Clark, but for sports in general. Because everyone is watching when Michael Jordan places a wager on someone. When that person turns out to be Caitlin Clark, the game is completely different. Music. Before you go, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content. Your support truly means a lot and motivates me to keep creating better and more informative videos for you. Every like, comment, and subscription helps the channel grow, so thank you for being part of this amazing community. I'll see you in the next video.